Kristin, and I have some favorites for you. We're going to call these March favorites. They've kind of been favorites from February and March, but there were a few weeks in February where I didn't really wear much makeup at all, obviously. So let's just go ahead and jump in. I just feel like these things are kind of all over the place. So I believe that I mentioned these in my last favorites, but I just want to give them a quick mention again, or it. I say them because I have two shades of it. But I truly have just fallen completely back in love with the Dior Star foundation. I'm just trying to think if there's any other fancy. I think it's Dior Skin Dior Star foundation. I wear the shades 10 and 20 mixed together. I've said before, back when I purchased these, they didn't have any other, they're very limited in shades, but I think that they have more now. I probably could find one that would match me, but I just really have enjoyed, I haven't switched off of these aside from when I'm traveling. I used up the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous while I was traveling last week, and was happy to go right back to this. And I have to say, I'll say this in the empties too, but just, this has nothing to do with my favorites. But having used up the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous, few people had asked me which I preferred, that or the L'Oreal Pro Glow. I can say hands down, without a shadow of a doubt, the L'Oreal Pro Glow is much more my favorite. Gives a better coverage and has better longevity, I think, than that. So just a little random FYI. So anyway, still loving the Dior Star Skin Foundation. Okay, so I've been using the Pure Minerals powder foundation, so I don't really have a favorite powder currently. I do, however, have some blushes. And I actually had quite the list. In my list of favorites for February, all I had written down at the point at which I stopped writing things down early in the month was blushes, which is kind of funny. So first off, this is an oldie but a goodie, and it's the Palladio blush, and this is the one in Berry something, I think. Yep, it's in Berry. So this little tiny, I don't even know if these exist anymore. I will see what I can find to put below for you. And that is the shade. I'm wearing a different one today. This one has some sheen to it. But for some reason, I don't mind that sheen on my cheek, just to wear it, so you can wear it as a blush, or you can also wear it as a blush topper in there. It's just such a pretty shade. Just absolutely stunning. I really like that. So if you have this somewhere in your collection, go ahead and dig that out. Give it a little shot. I think it would be really pretty for spring as well, if spring ever arrives. I should not complain because we did not get the snow out east, Scott. Okay. The next one that I want to mention is a blush from Joe Fresh. My friend Drea, she lives in Canada, sent this to me a while back, and I really like this. These blend very, I've said before, for me, for a blush, it really has to become part of my skin. I don't love a blush that just sits on my skin. And, I mean, who does? By the way, I know with the hearts, I will get it taken care of, I promise. I just need to be in my house for more than a few days. Anyway, I really like this. That's what it looks like. It is a matte blush. And I have to say, I like blushes with sheen, but I also like matte blushes where you can add your own sheen. And that one is just really, really pretty. All right, lastly, and probably my favorite overall since I got it, which was in February, is this one that came with the Tarte, like your Sephora birthday gift. And it's the Tarte Blush in Party. It has like 3 A's in it. And you can get this in full size as well. It's not just for the birthdays. I love this. This is like your ultimate go-to wear with anything sort of blush. However, if you have much darker skin than me, I'm not sure how much you like it, but this is what I'm wearing today. And so I feel like it looks up a little bit, shows up a little bit better on my skin than it does here on a swatch. I had to stop for a little sip of coffee there. Just really, really pretty. I love this. Love, love, love that. I'm so happy with this. I actually am, I don't know when it's going to happen, but I have a bunch of Tarte blushes that I'm selling, and I'm keeping only Exposed and this. All right, so let's move on to eyes. I have a few that I've been using because this is kind of, like I said, 2 months worth. The first one I want to mention is an eye look that I had put together for a Throwback Thursday video, and I'll list that below so you know what video I'm talking about if you want to take a look. And I ended up loving that look so much that I wore it probably, I have a piece of hair on my, probably 5-6 times since I filmed that video. And so I'm going to tell you what, let me know if you want me to do a tutorial on it. I certainly could. It's more of a fall winter sort of look, and we're coming into spring, but I would be happy to do it if you want to see it. So the lid shade is a taupe. what I've been using is one of these, which I'll show you in a minute, taupe bases, and then I put NARS Ashes to Ashes over the top of that. You could use Nutty, you could use any number of taupes that's in your collection. I love Ashes to Ashes. I think it's just such, it's a very pretty taupe, so that's that right there. But you could use any taupe that you have. It doesn't have to be Ashes to Ashes. And then I kind of was searching in my collection to see which bases, and they all sort of give the same look. So I just thought I would give you a couple of ideas. One of them is, do these even exist anymore? The CoverGirl Flamed Out Shadow Pencils. If you have that, that would work. I don't love this. I don't think it has the staying power as much as some of the other ones I'm going to mention here, but I'll give you that. And it has a kind of a different sort of taupe shade to it. The one I used most often was the Marcel, and this one is from Canada. That's a Canadian brand. It has a little bit more metallicness to it, and that's that right there. You also could use from Clinique. It's in Lazzo Latte, so it's one of the chubby pencils. You can kind of see the difference. See how that the Marcel has a little more metallicness to it. And then lastly, this one from Sephora. I think these still exist. The Sephora, don't you find with the Sephora brand, they bring stuff out and then all of a sudden it just disappears? I don't know. Anyway, the Sephora Crayon Jumbo 12-Hour Wear Waterproof. This is the one in taupe. 04 taupe. And that is right there. So any of those bases, put a pretty taupe over the top of it. We all have taupes in our collection. I also have used the taupe in the when I traveled, the taupe in the Truth quad from Bare Minerals. That's this quad right here, and this taupe right here. I've used that as well. It's a really pretty sort of metallic taupe. And then what goes with it really well is this burgundy brown shade from the Lorac Pro palette in Unbridled. It just gives such a pretty look. And then I was using Unconditional, which is right next to it, in the crease. So pretty. I don't know, there's just something about that sort of burgundy brown with the taupe that I love, and kind of the metallic-y taupe that I really like. All right, that was probably more than we needed. Okay, I also wanted to show you that I really have been enjoying, and I'm surprised at the lasting power, not because I've had bad luck with Estee Lauder shades before, but because sometimes in a bigger palette, the lasting power isn't as good. I should shut this because I can see it's driving me crazy. So anyway, this is the, sorry, I didn't show you the front of it. So this is the Smoky Nights palette, and I don't know if this is still available or not. I will see what I can find, or I will list, you know, David's phone number below if you want to check with him. He may be able to find you one, but I just, particularly this, today is the 16th, and tomorrow is the, obviously, St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to be using these to do a look for the Gaelic Storm concert we are going to tomorrow. And there are those two green shades. I really like those. I like the purples. I've used those as well. Those ones are right there. Let me give you a little swatch of that. There you go. So I just really like this. You definitely need a companion palette with this, and I'll talk about that in a second, but really like that. And actually, we'll just do it right now. I just want to give a little shout out to the Naked Basics. I think the more I travel, which will be more and more, the more I appreciate something like this. I can throw a couple of singles in, I can throw this in, or the Naked Basics 2, and that's all that I need. When I went to Orlando for work last week, I threw, well, I don't know what it is when you're seeing this, but I threw in this, and then the Truth palette, and something else. Oh, I think the visor, although you don't need anything with that, but the point is, if you have those sitting somewhere in your collection, pull those out and really try to make good use of your single shadows, and you can use that in conjunction with those. You know what I'm saying? Okay, all right. All right, lastly for eyeshadows, you guys, I'm so happy with this. I love this so much. I've bought it for a couple of friends. I just think it's just so pretty. And this is the Visart Theory 2 Minx, or Theory Minx 2 palette. It has all mattes here, all shimmers here. This is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. These, I don't know, I had the all matte palette, and I liked it, but I was like, eh, you know, I never used it, so I sent it off to a friend. And I purchased this recently, and I just love this. They blend so well. I don't know why I feel like these ones blend a little bit better than the big ones. I don't know. But maybe I just didn't give the big ones a chance, but that's the matte side right there. The one you can't see because it's the same color as my skin. I mean, look at this color right here. And I haven't even worn that one very much as I just really love the mattes. Today, I am wearing this shimmer right here, this in the crease and this in my outer corner. And then I have this shade beneath my lower lash line. I just really, really like this. I really feel like these are worth the money. And I probably will end up getting, after I do a little more of a clean out here, I probably will end up getting the other ones because they're little, they're perfect for travel. I really, really like them. So as far as my lips, I'll tell you what I did. I went into my purse and I cleaned everything out and I looked at it to see what were the things that I was wearing over and over again. Some of these are absolute repeats and you will be so sick of hearing them. Well, actually a couple of the things are, but anyway, let's just go ahead. So I really have been enjoying and embracing a little bit of a nude lip. So I have two liners, one you've heard me talk about over and over again. And that's the Lip Cheat in Iconic Nude by Charlotte Tilbury. It needs to be sharpened, so I'm trying to get, it just seems to go with so many things, and that's that right there. You can tell I need to sharpen these. I know these are expensive, but if anybody knows of a formula dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, I would be interested. Not a color dupe, but a formula dupe, because man, do I like that formula. And then the other one that I think is close, actually, speaking of formula dupe, is the Milani in All Natural. I'm trying to make sure I have the right one here. That's the Milani in All Natural. It's very close. I really do like that one. So those are the two liners I've kind of been interchanging. They're, like I said, they're very similar. I just grab whichever one I happen to grab out of my purse. And then the lipsticks that I've been pairing over either one of those. One is MAC's Cream Cup. This is a longtime favorite, but what's interesting is that I had one that was really jacked up and I had used a lot of it and it just was time to let it go. And at some point I had repurchased it, completely forgot that I repurchased it. I was looking through my MAC collections or my MAC lipstick collection for something close to it, because in my head I'm like, I just really want to wear Cream Cup with a particular look. And I found it, I was like, oh, I've repurchased Cream Cup. You know you have a problem when. And then also the Charlotte Tilbury in Valentine. Just as a little bit more deepness to it, a little more warmth. You can see it there. And this is only available on the Charlotte Tilbury website. I don't know if it's still available, but that's the only place it's available. And then I really need to change things up in my world. I don't know why I have all those lipsticks and lip glosses when I wear the same things. This is the Charlotte Tilbury in Seduction. Gloss in Seduction. I've mentioned this 100 times. But my point in this is, it really is a favorite. I'm not making this stuff up. And then I also have, again, this was also in there, so I've been using both of these interchangeably. But there's a reason that I'm mentioning this. So this was the Doll 10, and this is the shade in, which one is this? Doll Code. These were the original ones that I had. I mean, I've just been doing some form or version of nude, which is so not really like me. But then, okay, so this is the reason we're talking about this. I have had something just flew really close to my window and freaked me out. Okay, so I had to stop and like get myself together. So, it's just gonna, clearly it's going to be one of those days. So this, you probably can't see how much of this I've used. And this is the Doll 10 lip gloss in Miss Bliss. I'm going to show you what it looks like, but there's more to this than just this particular lip gloss. So which one is it? The shinier, or that one right there. So I really have been enjoying, I think it's the Sephora lip cream in number 13. I think it's something mauve. The name isn't on it. I'll list it below. And this one too as well. This is the Joyeux. I'm probably saying that wrong. And Petal de Rose. So either one of these. But I will tell you what, I don't care what liquid lipstick you're wearing. It doesn't look good after like 4 or 5 hours. So I really have enjoyed it. Let me know if you want me to do like a quick video on this showing like what it looks like before I do this and after. But if you have a lip gloss that has some pigment to it, so I'm not talking like a lip topper. I'm talking about a lip gloss like one of these two that has some pigment to it. So as an example, yesterday, I put on my liquid lipstick in the morning, and then I had an appointment I needed to run to at noon. So I had put it on at like 6:30, and it was noon, and it was still on the outside, but it wasn't on the inside. I didn't have time to try to rub it off, and I don't find that you can necessarily always reapply a liquid lipstick, particularly fast, and have it look good. Fast or not, I just don't feel like it always looks good when you reapply over the top of it. And I didn't have time, usually don't have time, to completely take off whatever is there and then start over. So I have found that if you take a lip gloss, obviously you're changing your lip from a matte to a gloss, and it's going to lighten it up, but that will fix your lip in a quick hurry, and it will last a good amount of time. It's not going to last for another 4 hours, but it's going to last you a couple of hours. And I just really, I don't know, I just really like that. I wanted to share that with you because I've been doing that a lot this month, and over the last 2 months, I should say. So again, the point of this is not necessarily this lip gloss or this lip gloss. Any lip gloss that you have in your collection that would kind of work with the liquid lipstick that you have on there, and it has a little bit of pigment to it, go ahead and use that. It will work. It will freshen things up for you in a quick hurry. All right, and lastly, I just want to give an honorable mention to this. I've only used it a few times, but I do really like it, and I want to try some other shades. And this is the Chanel Le Rouge Crayon. This is a number 2 Rose Violine, I think. And I just love this. It goes on very easily. It's moisturizing. It's got some sheen to it. It's really, really, really pretty. So I wanted to give that a quick mention, even though I've only worn it a few times. I do really like it. So, all right. That is way longer. This is way longer than I thought it was going to be. That's just what happens. Sometimes I start talking, and what are you going to do? I hope that you guys have had a great month of February and are having a great end to the month of March. I will see you guys very soon, and in everything that you do, be beautiful. Bye.